welcome to the World Superbikes here at Cremona in Italy. It is the 5th weekend of the championship and it's round number 2 of the weekend for racing. We've had the sprint race earlier. Now it's time for something a little bit different. Hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box. Myself and JT alongside you here in the booth. And JT, earlier on it was a fascinatingly dull Superpole race. And now we're expecting race 2 to be a little bit better, but it's same old, same old.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't said this before, but yeah, the Superpole race was so boring that me, being the producer of it, I wasn't paying attention at all. That's how boring it was. I was on Discord and Twitter doing JBMotorsports stuff for 99% of that broadcast.
Well, let's go take a look then, first of all, at what the Superpole race was in results as well on our
Bulega
monitor.
by like a mile.
Yeah, a lot of miles. Let's head down there to James Toes, another grid walk.
To do in this final race here at home in Cremona. Andrea's just talking to his engineers here. As always, I don't want to interrupt this point because it's so important for riders to get this part right. And is it possible? Yeah, thank you, Andrea. How are you feeling? It's been a tough weekend so far, but you did a great job in Superpole race.
Yeah, for sure, we make a step forward to try to start a bit forward for the race too. So yeah, it will be difficult because we are a bit in trouble all weekend, but we try to maximize what we have and try to get some point. And yeah, we try to have fun. Yeah, this is the most important point.
I know myself, it's never easy going from one race weekend where you've won races and the bike is competitive, and then you come to the next and it's not so competitive, but you just have to get the best result you can sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. We need to take what we have now. We know that it will be, it's been a difficult weekend, but we keep pushing and we try until the end for sure.
We know your fight, like I tell you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, and there's just from this position, 7th on the grid, we'll just go one place in front. It's busy here on the grid. Look at all these people here. It is so popular, Superbike racing in Italy, as we know. And one person who's really made the show real fun this weekend is this man here, Daniele Petrucci. Daniele, I just wonder if you have 2 minutes to talk about 2004 and 2007 with me.
Yeah. I remember so well. I don't remember who won the championship that year, but I think it was a nice guy. I remember it was a nice guy, nice-looking guy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Daniel, obviously it's been a difficult one with a problem in qualifying, but you are 6th on the grid now with a much better chance in race 2.
Yeah, much better chance, but yeah, we have to still fight because maybe the first 3 guys got something more as a race pace, but maybe with a better start position we can follow them and stay away from the other guys. But we'll see. Will be, as yesterday, a long and tough race. It's the tarmac is really greasy with this temperature. We'll see. Will be hard as always.
Daniel, thank you for all your time this weekend and good luck.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, it's been brilliant, hasn't he? Absolutely wonderful, that little feature that he did. And one place in front of him is a HRC Honda. Xavi Vierge has had a fabulous weekend so far. The Honda improving all the time. Xavi, brilliant results in race 1 and Superpole to get inside the top 5. You must be pretty happy.
Yes, I'm happy, but the weekend is not over. So we know we have a good pace. Let's try to make a good start and be with the front group as much as we can. And yeah, let's see how it's going.
Good luck, Xavi.
Thank you.
Been riding ever so well. Obviously, Ika Lecuona, 2 races so far and 2 crashes. Ika Lecuona has had the pace on Xavi all weekend long so far, but you know, you've got to see the checkered flag, haven't you? That's the most important thing. Just wanted a word here with Sam. I heard you're not feeling so good, mate. How far do I have to be away from you here on this grid walk?
Yeah, quite far. I'd stay away if I were you. Really enjoyed the race this morning, a bit like probably what we should have done yesterday. We had a small issue yesterday in the race. I'm struggling a bit. I've been up all night of the flu and slept on the motorhome bathroom floor, so that's never ideal. But let's see. Like, it doesn't affect you obviously for your speed, does it? But it's just maybe the last 10, 8, 7, 6 laps. I don't know how I'm going to feel. So hopefully I get a good start and I'll go with the group and I feel all right. But we'll just play it by ear. It's been a real positive weekend again. If it's at the end I struggle, I start to struggle, I'll see. But it's you can't control that. I don't feel great. So, but hopefully I get in the race, take some mind off it, and it'll be all right.
You've been right on it all weekend, mate. We've been well impressed. Good luck for this race too, Sam.
Cheers, JT. Thank you.
Yeah, and this is the second row, obviously, and we're just going to come across now one to Alvaro Bautista, who is just at the side of Sam, because Sam made this guy a real honest rider in the Super Pole race. So he's just quickly just shove the microphone. I'm not getting involved. Alvaro, are you ready for this race? Are you looking forward to it?
Sorry, what?
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm getting ready.
Good luck, Alvaro.
Thank you.
Thank you, boys. He's obviously just getting ready for the race here. I never like to stick the microphone just as they're getting their helmets on, because Alvaro likes to get ready a bit quickly, and that's why it's all a bit tricky getting to Alvaro, because this man here, he's got all the time in the world. Look how cool he is. Top rack. You've fought all weekend long. You've got one more race to fight until the end. Are you going to concede to second, or are you going to try and get the victory here?
Yeah, this is my last chance. I will try to my best again. My still target to win the race. You know, this is the last race. But we will see. Ducati and Bulega is very strong, especially the corner exit, unbelievable. But we are always try something. If we feel a little bit better on the bike, I think we are start to fighting for the win. We will see. I am not also the searching the grip. Also, I am fighting for the chattering. I have had some corners chattering a lot.
Is that on the front or the rear? Sorry.
Start rear and coming front. And I am use the bike like brake when chattering, or I've touched the gas with brake. You know, I'm just try to manage like this. But anyway, you know, I hope we are to win the race. We will see.
Any changes? We know you gambled in Assen with a harder tyre. Anything necessary like that?
No, this time everyone used the same tyre, I think. But just we changed some small step on the bike. I hope working.
Good luck to Rack.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, chattering is like where the tyre loses grip and gains grip really quickly, and it sends a vibration to the rider. And this is the front row, as I've just said. Top row is Gattioglu in second, but this is the man of the moment. He's been absolutely faultless all weekend long. It's 2 in 2. Serafino Foti wishes him luck. All the team does wish him luck. Can anybody stop this man in the final race here at Cremona?
That'd be the question, wouldn't it? Well, it's away from finding out. No commentary from World Feed at the moment as we are gearing up. JT, quickly have a word with you. What do you think? Who's going to have victory here?
You ask some silly questions, JB.
Like we all don't know who's going to be anyway.
Scott Reddin is going to win. Yeah. Nicola Bulega.
Yeah, fictitious, whatever that word I can't say is certainly coming through, isn't it, as well? Fictitious, Brutiferous Totalis at this point as well. We're all set then for what should be a very intriguing race number 2. The wonderful circuit of Cremona plays host to this round of the World Superbikes, and this is how they line up on the grid. Nicola Bulega on pole position from top row, Rascaliolu and Avio Bautista, the same top 3 we've had in both races so far this weekend. Then it's Sam Lowes, Javier Verhey and Daniel Petrucci, Andrea Locatelli, Andrea Iannone and Michael van der Mark, Remy Gardner, Ike Lucano and Scott Redding. Then taken as well with Anea Bassini, Dominic Agata, Montella, Lowes, Ray, Gerloff, Sofagulu, Vickers, Rabat, Mackenzie, Rory and Zahadi at the back. Away we go on the parade lap then, JT, and really it's anybody's guess who could be victorious here today.
Yeah, absolutely, but it's probably going to be the same as what we saw yesterday in the first race, our first 23-lapper, and that is Bulega and Toprak fighting for the start of it, and then at the end of it, Bulega just pulls away.
9 times out of 10, though, are we expecting this to be another, not a boring race, but will we actually have any drama in this one?
I'm going to say yes.
You're brave to say that there will be drama. Oh, well, we'll see how it goes.
But I don't think Bulega will go down, is what.
No, I'm with you on that one, yeah. Just having to set up the screens. Of course, we have multiple overlapping with showing the grid. 23 laps ahead of us. Go on.
26 degrees air temperature. Ahead of us, 107 degrees Fahrenheit, which I believe is around 45 5 degrees track temperature what we had yesterday. So around the same temperature that we had yesterday, JB, as we are heading down the, nearly kilometre-long backstretch. Total weekend attendance for all of the attendance trackers, 43,234 people.
Not too bad, is it, actually, as I've just been updating my comp notes that we get, the little cheat sheets that you may have heard Greg Haynes talking about yesterday as well. It's literally been now for 4 victories this year for Top Rack, 6 for Nicolo Bulega. It's insane how much is happening at the moment, the advantage. And it will be the run down to turn 1. Bulega leads by 29 points in the standings to Top Rack Razgaliolu. 23 laps ahead of us, around a 3.768 kilometre circuit. It's 86.664 kilometres. And the green flag is at the back. We're ready then. Lights on. And race 2 is underway. Good start from Top Rack, and he's launched to the inside line. Bulega will get to the braking zone first. Top 3, as you were, battling further behind though, coming in as we see the 55 coming round into a great position from Locatelli, and there's Andrea Iannone just behind. I think though Petrucci's managed to hold on positions coming through as well. So Javier Verhey from 5th position's made a great getaway, and now the battling can begin. Bulega leads, Razgaliolu, Bautista, then Vierge, Locatelli, Iannone, Petrucci already, and great start from Alex Lowe's up to 15th already as they come through. On board with Top Rack Razgaliolu then, and already struggling behind Bulega, who's just taken off like a whippet, JT.
Yeah, absolutely, and well, we're on board with Bulega looking back to Top Rack, and look how big the gap is, and we're not even in towards the second half of the lap one.
No, it's still in the first 2 sectors. Now we're getting rail 1 and rail 2. Finally, the gap is 0.177 now. It's up to 0.2. Now it's down to a 10th of a second as down to turn 11 we come. Top Rat's gone in the slipstream of Bulega. The 11 in front, the 1 chasing behind him. Under braking, can't do much, but he's still going to hold wide as Bulega just makes a small mistake into the chicane. No jump start, but Bulega jumps through, and then now Top Rack Razgaliolu slides up the inside and makes the move. A rare mistake from Bulega. He was out of shape coming all the way through turn 11, and Top Rack launched up the inside. He sensed the opportunity, and now he's pounced, and Bautista's right there as well. What a dramatic couple of corners for Bulega, and Top Rack gets back in it.
Yeah, absolutely, what a move, what a couple of corners, and once again it happened at the turns 11, 12 and 13, which is where we've seen all of the action this weekend as Bulega tries to get past Top Rack, but he's just too far.
And the 16 must immediately leave the track with a technical problem. That is Gabriel Ruri, who is now effectively been given the black flag. It's out of the race because of that technical problem. So you can't come back to the pit lane, you must just leave the track immediately. It's a different situation. There's the flag coming through. So Ruri then is in trouble as they come through. He stopped at turn 7 with that technical problem. The bike's effectively smoking. It looks like it could be almost on fire. Top Rack leads, Bulega in second for the first time this weekend. We actually sense there might be some battling going on between the 2 championship protagonists. The bike's on fire. Other side of the bike, we're coming down to turn 11. We can see turn 7. The bike's on fire now, so I hope they don't have to red flag the race. As we come into turn 12 and 13, Top Rack Razgaliolu leading the race. I can see a slippery surface flag waving in the background. Top Rack leads, Bulega second. Then it's Bautista, Vierge, Locatelli, Petrucci, Iannone, Sam Lowe's, that's Gardner up to 9th. Vandermark's dropped to 10th as well as he comes through. Jonathan Ray up into 14th position. Brilliant stuff from him. And I agree with what Tao's saying. Top Rack is just amazing. And Chairman's watching actually at the circuit in Cremona. I hope you're enjoying it and enjoying the commentary as well. As Top Rack leading with the fastest lap, 1:29.151. No sign of the red flags, and it's Iannone, Petrucci and Sam Lowe's all battling further back as well. Iannone just holding off that back as they come in towards turn 7 before at the hairpin of 8 where the long lap penalty is. No sign of any bikes smoking though, JT. That's a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, they would have had fire extinguishers there, and it was right up against a barrier, so not surprised that wasn't a red flag. I think it would have been quite extreme if that was a red flag, in my honest opinion. Battle for 7th on your screen now.
Down to the braking zone, Ian Oney, Sam Lowe's, Garner, Vandermark, and then everyone else just sort of chugging in behind them as well. As Tarrant McKenzie down to 20th. Ryan Vickers got a Brit 3 in a row, and Batan Sofagulu now gets ahead of McKenzie as well. He's dropped down into 21st position. Top Rack leading the way, and now he'll just settle in. They're not going to see much Elvay oomph moment to begin with. Down the straight we come then. Look at 0.040 behind. Top Rack still holding back the times. And yeah, okay. So, Top Rack leads. 1:29.368 was his last lap time. How about this for Bulega? 1:29.346. Just fractions of a second between them. Ouch goes the 17 of Ryan Vickers.
No.
You all right there, JT? I know he's one of your favourites. He's crashed down at turn 2.
I'm not okay. My BSB history is sulking.
There he is, just to make your life a little bit harder.
It's fine. I didn't see the crash. Plus, they didn't even show it because I'm setting up stuff for IndyCar, because it is, even though we are 2 hours late, it's getting to that time already.
Yep, and he's rejoined JT. He's back in the race. So Ryan Vickers returns.
What you guys can't see is because the reason that my face is like right here is I sent you a photo.
Yeah, there's a monitor.
I have 2 massive timers so this side is how long until the IndyCar intro
Bulega's
starts.
taking the lead. Sorry, Bulega looked to the inside line, but Top Rack's got him back into the 10, 11 and 12. So Top Rack retains the lead, and Sam Lowe's got ahead of Ian Oney in the same corner.
Straight up the inside, Sam Lowe's. And then this one is how long until IndyCar radio start talking.
Oh, clever. I need that.
Which is why my face is
illuminated.
White, but
yeah.
I can minimise that because I don't need him. Yeah, there we go. Hello.
Hi. Top Rack and Bulega now 0.3 of a second advantage. Batista's not leaving them here. The same top 3 have been in race 1 and the Super Pole race, and now it looks to be changed around a little bit with Top Rack moving from 2 to 1. He doesn't want to do what Tom Ingram did a week ago in touring cars and go 2-2-2.
Yeah, absolutely, because that is not what you want to do. It happened in touring cars, as you mentioned, but Top Rack is quarter of a second ahead. Battle for 5th we're looking at, and that is between the 9 bike and the 55 bike. And of course that is Petrucci and Locatelli, the 2 Italians, battling it out as we are on board with one of them as we head round the circuit with 19 laps to go.
Bulega's got a run here down on Top Rack. Oh, and that's Ryan Vickers getting out of the way. As Bulega goes to the inside line down at turn 11, Top Rack struggling to break at the rear, and he has lost the lead of the race. Nicola Bulega leads here at Cremona. Top Rack trying to go around the outside, coming into the last corner, but that's to give him a slipstream down the straight. Front wheel curling over the line as he heads down in towards turn number 1. And they're both now racing each other. And with 18 laps to go, it's just stay calm. See what can be happening. Bulega 1:28.9, 1:3 that last lap time. Top Rack 1:29.333, 0.4 of a second slower. That's a big difference there. And Bulega's already pulled out 0.3. Top Rack really struggling with the front of that bike.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's exactly what happened in race 1 as well, where Top Rack took the lead for some part, and then Bulega straight up the inside, got ahead, and now Bulega is just going to go away with it.
He'll run away, and he won't hide, but he will run away with it and see what happens next as they slide in, just holding time. What can the Turkish rider do of Top Rack Razgalioglu? Sliding back in, 0.023, so he's up in the middle sector 2. 4 sectors on a motorcycle circuit, of course. It gets split up into, down the backstretch we come, towards turn 11 and sector point 3. Yeah, he's dropping back, isn't he? I wonder if it's the tyres. I do wonder if it's tyres.
I'm going to go and sulk in the corner again because yellow flag is out and it's for Taryn McKenzie.
Oh, he's retired. So,
And Ryan Vickers has retired.
yeah. And yeah, Taryn McKenzie's out of the race, and the 95's rejoined, JT, so you're okay with the green. So yeah, what's happened to Taryn McKenzie? Well, 2 British riders from from British Superbikes not doing too well, are we? Oh, Bulega swapping over as he came through into turn 4. Was really violent with the bike. I was surprised it didn't go down. He literally was lifting it and immediately shot it into the corner. So basically out of turn 3 going left, and then he picked up the bike, immediately turned it to the right while lifting it. It was so crisp and clean. It was perfect from Bulega. And talk about it, I think he can do that with the way his tyres are going at the moment. And the 53 has retired from the race as well. And Dominic Agata has crashed at turn 8. Ooh, that's a hairpin.
That is the 3rd BSB rider that's gone out with Tito Rabat.
Agata's out, Rabat's out too. So we've lost, so Tito Rabat's retired, and then Dominic Agata's crashed. Here he is, trying to restart the bike on that Yamaha. They're running like flies at the moment. Iannone to the inside of Van der Mark for 8th position. Ike Lucanoa just behind, under braking, can't get anything there. Toprak's coming in again. Whoa! And Iannone went too deep. Van der Mark trying to get the switcheroo into turn number 10. Into turn 13. Trackman confuses me here with where his positioning is.
Across the line we go, down in towards turn 1, and Bulega not pulling away as much as what he was yesterday in race 1, but it's now getting nearly up.
Out goes Taryn McKenzie.
4 tenths.
Taryn McKenzie's out. He stopped with the technical problem in turn 11. And this was Petrux on the inside of Javier Vieje. And he got the move down into turn 11. Nicely done. Okay. Yeah, it's very nice. Round of applause from the team there, from Petrux's team. Yeah, Daniel.
16 laps to go. And this is the battle for 4th, JB.
Yeah, the Bantley Spark Racing team for Daniel Petrucci. Petrux, as we're effectively known in the motorcycle community. 16 to go. Van der Mark is P9. He's just had a personal best on that last lap time by. So they're finding the correct deltas side by side. And this is going to be Van der Mark versus Ike Lucanoa. And Lucanoa's got the inside line under braking down towards turn 11, and he's ahead. Van der Mark can't embrace him. So I wonder if the BMWs are struggling with front tyres. As confirmed, Taryn McKenzie's out of the race.
Yeah, but Van der Mark, look how much he's dropped back just in those couple of corners. He's going to try and get in the slipstream down the front stretch, across the line, past all the pit boards on the pit wall, and completely off topic, but for BSB, when we go to Thruxton, they've also had a pit wall, pit catch fence added as well.
Good.
So Thruxton's clear view, if you're on the pit wall, is no longer a thing, because to get the FIA track licence that they need, they had to put a catch fence on the pit wall. Battle for 9th with Lucanoa and Van der Mark, and he's had a little bit of a slide. He's gone wide, JB.
Up the inside, and a sweet move has been taken. Van der Mark gets ahead of Ike Lucanoa, and that's what you get for Lucanoa making mistakes. Probably still suffering from earlier on when you said he crashed in the Super Pole race earlier.
Got so unstable under braking. That pushed him wide because his wheel was off the ground momentarily.
Oh, and he's come back on the inside.
He's come back up the inside. They're going to be side by side down the kilometre-long back stretch, down in towards turn 11.
That's going to be difficult for Van der Mark to get it through on the outside line. Nike Lucanoa should be able to get back through.
Let him go.
Yeah, he was on the grass. You see, Van der Mark clipped the grass as well. That's how much he got no room on that exit curve.
And I expect Van der Mark to do the exact same what he did last lap round. Last time this happened, he'll get in the slipstream, which he does, going down the front stretch once again down in towards turn 1. Will he go up the inside? No, he doesn't. Probably a smart move. He'll wait until further along in the lap.
Sam Lowe's, I believe, has been given a black and white flag for track limits. It was just flashing up on the board. Hasn't come up on our timing screens, but I was looking at the board on the monitor as they went through, and it was the black-white flag flashing with the 14. So that is Sam Lowe's. See if anything official comes up on the race control messages. Usually it does, and it hasn't this time by unless we've missed it. But I've got 3 different ways of it telling me, and I didn't see it pop up. 14 to go then.
Is that it? 3 different ways. I have 25 ways for British touring cars telling me if there's a safety car. 25.
Oh yeah, for that I have more. But I'd just like to remind you, JT, I have not commentated on a touring car race in this commentary box since Silverstone last year.
Because you were trackside for the final.
Yeah, and I was trackside for Media Day.
Donington.
And I was trackside Donington, yeah. Brands Hatch will be weird for me.
Because you'll just be back.
I'll be back in the commentary box, yeah.
But there's the live championship, JB.
Yeah, Bulega 198 points, Raz Galioli 164, there'll be a 34-point gap there, Bautista 125. 34 points over the course. You get 50 for the 2 race wins, and then you get 12 for the sprint win, so it's not actually that much, is there?
No, but with how, well, we are kind of still early in the season. We are. We're in the middle bit of the early going to the mid part of this season with the European Superbikes with an Australian round at the start of it. As Bulega 128.576, Topvacker 128.745 the last time round. Bulega 0.169 seconds faster than Topvacker, and you can see that gap visibly just going. It's getting bigger and bigger visually, that gap.
Can't even see, but Bautista's 4.3 seconds back to this battle at the moment.
It's the exact same as phase 1, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a repeat. What we are witnessing here, everybody, is a colossal waste of time. Because everything is just staying exactly the same as it has been all weekend long. Still 13 to go. Under braking, that's looking out.
Welcome to the World Superbikes podcast, which is a rarity, but it's getting more common.
Kenny Schwantz came in and said, I'm here in order to see some action, as MotoGP's been dull over the start of the year. My answer to that is, has he actually been watching the races? MotoGP's had some exciting moments. Superbikes have been okay. Yeah. Formula 1 has been crazy in Miami.
Then again, if we put 2 wheels like a motorbike on an F1 car, I don't know how it would go.
Incredibly thin wheels. I don't think looking out of the pit lane it'd be broken. Just, it'll crack like an egg, the suspension. It'll all be resting there. Tyres play a heavy construct. Same with the motor. It's different with the motorcycle, I suppose.
Up the inside, possibly there. That is one of the Hondas, and I believe that was Iannone under pressure.
Yeah.
Battle for 8th.
With Lucanoa just behind him. Had to readjust my sock. It was hurting my toe for some reason.
And the gap at the front as we head into towards the final sector of the lap. It's half a second now, the gap between Bulega and Topvac, as in towards turn 11 for the battle of 8th. And Lucanoa is further behind, but look, he's so close, up the inside.
That would have been contact. What basically happened, if you couldn't see the TV pictures, Lucanoa went... They did, yeah. Lucanoa went to the inside at the apex of turn 13. Iannone pulled the throttle to go accelerate, but at the same time he did that, he was locked in with Lucanoa, and they almost crashed. Iannone backed off, let Lucanoa go, and then he's dropped back in behind. But that could have been a big accident, because that would have been a high side for Lucanoa, and it would have fallen 2 bikes onto Iannone. I want to replay that, because they got locked in there, and that would have been a huge accident.
Yeah, absolutely, and that battle has allowed Van der Mark to get right up on the back of Iannone, and Iannone has a chance of dropping down to 10th as we look from the drone of where the long lap penalty is. We haven't had any this race, luckily, with no jump starts. We had a 2 long lap penalty, I believe, in the WCR race, didn't we?
Yes.
And I think there might have been
Emily
a long lap
Bondi.
penalty or 2 in the Super Bowl race. I can't remember, but that was Van der Mark going up the inside, and Iannone had to sit up, otherwise they were both going down, once again side by side, going down towards turn 11.
It should be easy for Van der Mark, and he goes late on the brakes. Iannone's got to let him go, and there's a little touch there as well. And now look at this, because that's going to be Remy Gardner looking for a way through on Iannone as well now. So, and this is what happens. You lose traction in one of these races. You're just dropping back and back and back, and you lose so much more time than you gain, ever. Look, Iannone's trying to go on the inside now.
Bulega and Toprak out front. Another quarter of a second gone. It is an exact repeat of yesterday. It's now 3/4 of a second between Bulega and Toprak. Toprak lost a 10th in that final lap, so it's now nearly 9/10 of a second the gap as we continue
he's
to
gone
look
right.
at up the inside. That's Iannone going to lose another position, and that is to Remy Gardner.
Yeah, Iannone's tires are
He's
gone.
dropping like a stone.
His tires are gone. Has to be. He's lost something of pressure there as well. So he's over-exhausted them trying to get back in. But we've still got half the race remaining. 10 to go now. And it'll be very difficult to keep that back. So Iannone might actually drop out the points, which is where Axel Bassini is in 15th position. Or as I like to call him, Fabio Bautista. Or Anea Bassini. Which I don't know. Yeah, go on.
In this one, and it's Bulega, then Toprak, Bautista, Petrucci, Vierge, Locatelli, Sam Lowe's, and then Lucarona, Van der Mark, and Remy Gardner, your top 10 with Iannone just dropping out as we saw. But Montello in 12th place has caught up in that last lap, half a second to Iannone. That's how much Iannone is dropping, and you can see that gap visually has closed.
Yeah.
9 laps to go as we cross the line.
Yeah, it's closed in now. There is a Iannone, and there is Jari Montella battling with Alex Lowe's, the lad from Lincoln. Can he hold him off? Where's his brother? Sam is in 7th, so the two Lincoln boys doing incredibly well so far. It's weird when I take a look at this sheet and I just see Alex Lowe's, Lincoln, Sam Lowe's, Lincoln. It's literally 50 minutes away from me, and it's special, Lincoln.
I've heard Lincoln be called many things, but I've not ever heard it called special before.
It's to me. It's to me.
There is the gap progression, and look how much it's grown in 3 laps. It's gone from 0.468 of a second to 1 second.
The gap's still closing in, isn't it, at the moment?
Oh, never mind, it's 1.4 seconds now.
Okay, so Bulega's taken off again. Toprak has no answer.
As we cross the line to start 8 laps to go.
Oh, there's Sammy.
Momentarily.
That's him passing Locatelli. So Sam's up into 6th position, but Locatelli's going to go right round the outside at turn 12, but he can't get the inside for 13. Locatelli, though, he was trying the move of the weekend.
And across the line, 2/3 race distance complete.
Yeah. So now, if we get a red flag, the race won't be resumed. Which everyone's kind of always hopes for, especially in circuits like this where it's physically tiring because it can't go around all the time. Got to replay JT. This is how Sam did it on the inside.
Yes, got in the slipstream down towards turn 11. Was so late on the brakes, but was he let go?
I think he was.
That was so easy, and you could see Locatelli braked so much earlier than Sam Lowe's. I don't think Locatelli wanted to battle with Sam Lowe's. Looking at that.
No, I'm not that function 2 coming through. As let's have a quick look at other things as well going on. It's going to be very tight at the end of this race, isn't it? With everyone now dropping with tyre pressures issues as well. Don't forget, you've got to keep inside that. Locatelli and Lucanoa. Look at us, we got 0.8 of a second on this lap alone. And he's reeling him in, down towards the braking zone for turn number 11. I'm going to go for an inside manoeuvre now. Just, I wish I could tell him, just stay calm. Everything's going to be okay, just stay calm. Alex Lowe's is up into 12th place. He's passed Yannick Montella.
Bulega's gap to top back now is 2 seconds, so I think that's over. And top back's gap to Bautista is 6 seconds. Third to fourth, Bautista to Petrucci is 5 seconds, and then Petrucci to Vierne is 2.5 seconds, and then Vierne to Sam Lowe's is 1 second.
We've got Olivia Rodriguez. Look, the fans are leaving. Did you see that? The fans are leaving. Despite the fact there's an Italian race winner, the fans are leaving the circuit. That's not good to see. I don't like that. Stay.
Close up of Locatelli, who is under pressure from, that would be Lacrona. Garrett Gerloff, first time we've mentioned him today, and maybe possibly the first time we've mentioned him all weekend. He's gained a couple of positions and is up to 13th.
For those of you who will be joining us on Formula E after this, and I implore that you do, you might be interested to know that at Monte Carlo, it isn't raining, it's hosing it down. The entire Mediterranean has just basically been pushed onto the circuit. It's really bad rain out there, so we're in for a stunning E-Prix. So do join us for that here on JB Motorsports as well.
Time to open Discovery Plus on my second setup and get it ready.
I've got it on ITV4 at the moment, just having a quick look at it as well. Yeah. So, over the line we come then. 6 to go in this Superbike weekend at Cremona. And so far, so good. If your name is Nicolo Bulega.
It's been complete domination this weekend, hasn't it?
It's just been like Australia, hasn't it? It's every time you turn up, mate.
Oh, so... shall I disappear then? Leave you solo? Haha.
No, but yeah, it's been a quite weird one, to be fair. 60's been ordered to drop in position for irresponsible riding. That's Michael van der Mark, so he's have to give it up to Remy Gardner. So 9th place will become Gardner's. Okay, it's an entertaining race. I'm certainly enjoying it. As we see, Mikey Lugano on the inside of Andrea Locatelli. That's going to be tight, and Lugano goes through on the inside line at turn 10 hairpin. Nice, but now we're going to see Locatelli have the slipstream down towards turn number 11. He looks to the inside line, but Lugano is just too far ahead. Superb manoeuvres then. Okay, this is going well, JT.
Just a little bit damp. Just a little bit of moisture at Monaco.
Yeah, how can you tell? I found a new way of quickly controlling my laptop, by the way. Use your thumb and hold the underneath of it. I'm quicker with my thumb anyway. Nobody can beat me in PlayStation games. Am I showing my age?
I've just seen Sam Bird with his hands wrapped up in bandages, so I've got a feeling he might not be taking part.
Oh, he damaged his hand here last year in qualifying, and he crashed here in qualifying in the same place. And if he's broken his wrist or something, that's going to be absolutely horrendous. We'll double check with that as Bulega leads now by 2 seconds. 2 seconds. JT, go look at Paul O'Neill's Twitter. I'm having a word with that man next time I see him. Bulega from top back Mascaliolo. As Sam Lowe's now he's trying to attack 5th place with Javier Vierge. Got 1 point now.
Oh God! All right.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That is a nice that's a good amount for a fundraiser, isn't it? Like 406% of their gold. Yeah.
I can't see anything about Sam. Nothing as far as I can see. It doesn't know if Sam's car's going to be fixed for the race, but he's okay. Just double checking as we swing through with, will be 3 laps remaining in this one. It's been domination, hasn't it? How do you say the words domination without it being boring?
Okay. It's domination for Nicola Bulega here in Italy.
Gigi Deligno's here, the general manager of Ducati Corsa. Him and his best friend Davide Tardozzi is here as well.
Or complete domination from Nicola Bulega here in his home country at Cremona, or something like that.
I suppose we've got time to brainstorm it. If anybody wants to give us suggestions of what to say when the lights go out, get in the YouTube chat and tell us. Here's Bautista then, going to be in third. It's exactly the same podium across all 3 races. Talk about consistency. Still, we'll be at Donington soon. Can't wait for that. It was such a good weekend.
I can tell I'm producing that as well then.
Probably, yeah. Unless you're coming.
Well, I just randomly rock up like I did last year.
If I get a media pass, we can use the box. I'll have to message Maddie, see what she's up to. Talk about Razgaliolu as well, people are saying in the YouTube chat. Hello, Sarah. Got an interesting battle here for 5th position between Vieje, Luca Noah and Sam Lowes, who's now dropped to 7th. Luca Noah is on an absolute charge here. He's on the back of his teammate. Remember, these two came to blows. Yesterday, they ran into each other. Lowes is going to be there to capitalise, but there's not enough running into each other into what is, as you say, JT, the only overtaking spot on this track is 10, 11, 12, 13. But Luca Noah's finding a way through. He's diving on the inside. Oh, and he's made another mistake. And he catches out his teammate. And there comes Sam Lowes on the inside. He gets ahead of Vieje. Vieje gives him enough room. And Lowes goes up to 6th. Luca Noah goes to 5th. And Vieje gets done over by his own teammate. No.
I told you there would be drama.
That's the 2nd time this weekend they've done that to each other. I think that was payback for when Javier did it yesterday to Luca. Oh, now Sam's been put into the mix of this as well for 6th position. Oh yeah, we're in the Czech Republic next time out. Oh, look how close Sam Lowes got to hitting Javier Vieje. Vieje got a massive amount of slide slip. And now Sam's going to go after Luca Noah with 2 to go here. Yep. Bulega leading. Yeah, 2 to go now. Where are the other drivers? There they are. 1.9 seconds Bulega has to top back. When this race continues to progress. As soon as the flag's out, we'll hand over to JT for the post-race celebrations, and we'll begin our coverage of the Formula E round. It's going to be an interesting weekend as we get going. So, only a few more corners then with the last lap, and it will be a race victory again for Nicola Bulega. Top right Razgaliolu will be 2nd, Evio Bautista in 3rd, and Daniel Petrucci will be in 4th place. An interesting weekend here in Cremona. What are we going to have when we go to the Czech Republic in just a few weeks' time? Lowes desperately trying on the inside. down into turn 7. Always reminds me a bit that back straight between 6 and 7. It reminds me back at Assen, that sort of section of the circuit. Very has an Assen feel, this place. Sam can't find a way through. Bulega and Batista's going to be into the last sector now. Checker flag's going to be made already. Nicolo Bulega is going to have his 9th win of the season. It's 9 wins for the championship leader, and it's a hat-trick on home soil for Nicolo Bulega, who wins Cremona. Rascaglione in 2nd, Batista's 3rd, Petrucci will come home 4th, and Sam Lowes gets ahead of Lucanoa at the last 2 corners. It will run to the line to see who'll finish in 5th position. Sam Lowes in 5th, Lucanoa 6th, Vieje 7th, Locatelli 8th, Van der Mark 9th, Gardner 10th, Alex Lowes 11th, Gerloff, Redding, Iannone, and Bassini the last point. Montella, Sofagulu, Jonathan Ray, Agata, Zahadi, and out was Rabat, Mackenzie, Vickers, and Woo. What a race, JT.
With the results being confirmed. That's just come from Mason.
Well, that was up and down for a lot of it, but Ducati sweep their home event, and they sweep it with Nicolo Bulega in all 3 races.
Yeah, and a Ducati 1, BMW 2, and then a Ducati 3, 4, 5, Honda 6, 7, Yamaha 8, BMW 9. But there is Petrucci celebrating with Bulega out on the grass in front of the home fans.
It's all the same, and it's going to be very, very interesting when this race resumes as well. Okay, let's hand it down to JT.
Wins for Nicolo at home in Italy. Just explain the emotions for the whole team and yourself.
Yeah, we had our payback after the troubles in Assen. It was a little bit unexpected because we came here to try to defend from Toprak, expecting him to be stronger, while in the end Nicolo had the perfect weekend. I'm just sorry for Alvaro because missing the Friday. He was not 100% yesterday and today, but overall I'm very happy, and the whole team as well.
Very well done. Go and enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, celebrations will continue on for a while, and after the commiserations at the end of the weekend in Assen, this is something of a redemption ride from Nicolo Bulega this weekend.
Yeah, and redemption for Ducati more than Bulega. He was so strong in Assen, and technical failures cost him in that race, but for Bulega and for his management, it's a really important time to be able to do that. We've got the Misano round coming up after Most. That's when Ducati traditionally announce their riders for the following season. Bulega obviously is going to be at the top of their shopping list, but that shopping list got a little bit more expensive this weekend.
Yes, although the way he rode in Assen as well, aside from the mechanical failures, I think the expectation was that in dry conditions and without those mechanical failures, it could easily have been 3 out of 3 last time out as well.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the form that Bulega's bringing here, and you can see for Toprak there just getting his congratulations from his crew before he heads back down in towards Parc Ferme again. Another 2nd place finish for Toprak, 3 second place finishes in a row, and that's as good as you can do really right now for Toprak, unfortunately, but he's still riding as hard as ever.
Yes, important for Toprak to do what he hasn't been able to do either in Phillip Island or Assen, which is to maximise the potential and to take all of the points available from everyone else other than Nicolo Bulega. He's done that this weekend.
Yeah, and that's all you can really do at this stage. You can see down there in Parc Ferme, it's a little bit of dejection there for Toprak as he's congratulated by his team, but again, it's 34 points. It's still one of those situations where Razgatlioglu, if himself and BMW are able to find that just little bit of performance that they need, they're right there, and Toprak's going to keep plugging away.
Quick word on Alvaro Bautista as he makes his way in as well. First time this season that he's been on the podium in all 3 races. Looks like he got his crashes out of his system on Friday.
Well, it's the strategy of a lot of really good riders. We saw it for years with Marc Marquez, probably the best rider we've ever seen. He used to crash a lot in free practice sessions and come out and get the results when it mattered. And Alvaro, he's, at the end of the day, as he'll say after the weekend, It's the points that are on offer in the races. The foundation of this was qualifying on the second row in Superpole. That's what he needs to do. It's remarkable that we're a year and a half into him and Bulega being teammates, and I think Buleg's qualified him every single weekend. So for Alvaro, one of those situations where he just needs to find that one lap speed.
The reality is he needs to find the speed over race distances as well. We're accepting that at the moment podium is good enough, but the reality is for a two-time world champion, again, finishing 9 seconds behind your teammate in his second season in World SBK, it's got to be galling for Bautista.
Yeah, it has to be. And for Bautista, he knows where he stands in Ducati now as well. And you can see Nicola Bulega there standing on the pegs, and he knows where he stands in the pecking order as well.
Yeah, right at the top at the moment of the tree. World Championship lead is 34 points. Bulega leads 73 points ahead of Alvaro Bautista, so full round in hand now over his teammate. Andrea Locatelli slips to 4th in the championship standings, behind Bautista with his 3 podiums out of 3. This weekend, Nicolo Bulega making his way back in. I think even more impressive for him, or even more enjoyable for him, to get the podium on home ground this weekend, just an hour or so away from Cremona. Nicolo Bulega, and celebrating again, milking that lap of honour.
Yeah, I was speaking to a few of the Italian riders about it, and there's obviously the north-south divide in Italy, and yeah, for Bulega, obviously coming from the north, this is his home round, and he's excited to be able to race in front of his home crowd, but obviously for him, when it's at a track that he didn't really expect to have a result like this, it makes it even more special.
Yes, as you know, Steve, I only let everyone have one home round. It's whichever they're closest to. So this is his one home round, and when we go to Misano later on, I'll be avoiding that. But anyway, Nicolo Bulega.
Ducati's home round.
Yes, exactly. That's what we'll go with. Nicolo Bulega is your race 2 winner. What is for sure is that at both here and Misano, there'll be plenty of fans supporting this man, not least because he's riding for the home manufacturer, as you say.
Yeah, and when Bulega's out on track, he's so impressive. He really has shone since he jumped onto the Superbike. His single lap pace in the Superpole session is as good as anyone in the class, probably better than anyone in the class, but it's the consistency now, it's the ability to win his battles, it's the fact that he wants to go bar to bar with Razgatlioglu as well, and he doesn't want to lose those fights.
Is that an element of knowing he's got a margin in hand to play with, though, as well? Because this weekend, yes, he had 6-lap fight yesterday afternoon and a 5-lap fight today, but Nicolo Bulega has known that he's had the pace advantage. Before we come back to that, clearly emotional moment for the whole team down there as Sam Lowes makes his way back into much congratulations, and it's not just the race for 5th position that he manages to win, and this we'll see for the first time how he managed to do it. It's also the fact that he's gone up against adversity today, struggling with illness.
Yeah, the one thing about it is the team know that he's putting everything he has into it, just like they are. And it's so difficult for teams whenever they go through those tough moments where the rider's having a lack of form or the confidence isn't there, because everyone has to work just as hard, probably even harder in those times. But on a day like this, they really see their rider dig in, give everything they have, and the team come away with 2 top 5 finishes, a front row in the Superpole session. Probably could have had 3 top 5s this weekend for Sam, and that would have been a remarkable weekend, all things considered.
So let's take a look at your race 2 results. Nicolo Bulega takes the win ahead of Toprak, Razgatlioglu and Alvaro Bautista. 3 identical podiums in Cremona this weekend, so nice and easy for anyone doing highlights. You only need to post 1. Danilo Petrucci, 4th position, top independent as well. And for Petrucci, okay, it wasn't Cremona 2024, but he only gave himself a 1% chance of being able to repeat that anyway. This was a more modest result. We've got used to, and certainly in the opening couple of rounds of this season and the first race in Assen as well, expecting that Petrucci would be pretty much top 5 in every race. Hasn't started that way this weekend. Race 1 and the Superpole race 7th and 6th, but 7th, 6th, 4th, it's around the ballpark for where Petrucci should be.
Yeah, and he's the leading independent rider in the standings. He's only 11 points back of Andrea Locatelli. It's a good start to the year for Petrucci. It's solid through the 1/3 mark of the season, and we saw last year it was really in that second half of the year he came strong, and Petrucci just doing what he needs to do, really, which is be that leading independent rider in races.
Yes, and you talked about his championship position. He's only 18 points back from Alvaro Bautista, who's been a double world champion, and the reference point, of course, just less than 2 years ago. It's difficult to remember that almost now. Last season was humbling for him against a rookie teammate, and now in 2025 he has been demolished really by Bulega this season so far, still yet to beat his teammate. But it is 5 podiums in a row and 3 rostrum finishes out of 3. First time this season that Bautista has managed that feat.
Alvaro, another podium here at Cremona, 3 from 3. You must have taken it after how Friday went for you.
Yeah, for sure it's nice, no, to stay on the podium. Especially the start of the weekend we had on Friday, no? But yeah, I'm happy because I improved my feeling with the bike and also the pace comparing yesterday. So we did a step forward, no? It's what I said yesterday, no? For us, yesterday was like the first day, so today we did a step ahead. Not enough to fight against Toprak and Nicolo, but at least we are closing the gap, no? So I'm happy for that. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to race here in Italy with all these tifosi. It's incredible, and thank you very much. Felicidades, mamita, que sé que me estás viendo de casa. Feliz Día de las Madres. Ciao.
Grazie, Alvaro.
Yes, Mother's Day in Spain, so Alvaro Bautista passing on his best wishes after 3rd place in race number 2. And ultimately, this is a weekend where Bautista has extracted what was available for him on his package, and we've seen that over the season so far. As long as he hasn't crashed, he's basically been up on the podium.
Yeah, and for Bautista, it's one of those situations where he's doing the job really that he needs to do. And unfortunately for Alvaro, a rider that we're used to seeing challenging for World Championships, his aim is to be on the podium right now and pick up the pieces if and when the opportunities come.
Yes, he might not be first on the shopping list for Ducati, but he's got to be second, hasn't he? Because none of the other Ducati riders are consistently beating him or consistently getting up onto the podium. And for Alvaro Bautista, well, that is now 5 rostrum finishes in a row and 9 all told for this 2025 campaign. Just about to hear from Toprak Razgatlioglu. It's 2nd places for him all round throughout this weekend, but good damage limitation. And he only loses 13 points to Nicolo Bulega in the championship.
Toprak, not quite the result you wanted, but another strong 2nd place here today in race number 2. Good damage limitation for the championship. Just tell us all about it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do battle with Nicolo, but he have a very good pace. He's very strong, and also the old Ducati is very strong in this track. And congratulations, Nicolo and Alvaro, and also the old Ducatis. And very strong the weekend for the guys, but I'm pushing so hard. I'm trying to my best every race, and also I'm trying to do improving for the win. But you know, P2 not better than nothing, and I'm happy. And also thanks to my team, incredible job this weekend, because after Friday we are improved a lot. But we will see the most. I'm ready to most for the fight again for the win. Thank you very much.
We look forward to it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Toprak Razgatlioglu will be looking forward to Most, perhaps as much as Liam, because that is a circuit where he has traditionally gone well. And for Razgatlioglu, we know he's got his racing instinct still. He proved it again against Nicolo Bulega there. Bulega thought he'd covered that move a couple of times, and still Toprak managed to prize his way past.
Yeah, and the one thing in Most is that heavy braking zone into turn 1. It's going to be a lot more difficult to come past him because it's such a short straight. And then you've also got the busiest lap of the year. I think there's 23 or 25 corners out there. So for Toprak, if he's able to get to the front, he'll think that he can hold his position a lot easier out there. It could be a little bit more like Portimao than this weekend.
Yeah, still circuits to come that Toprak Razgatlioglu will look forward to. Donington Park, Magny-Cours and the aforementioned Most, as well as first-time visit to Balaton Park. Remains to be seen what that place will do in terms of the pecking order first-time visit in 2025. But it's Nicolo Bulega who will move on past the 1/3 mark in the 2025 campaign with a 34-point championship lead.
Nicolo, pole position, treble race win at a circuit that you said at the beginning of the weekend doesn't suit your style. Could you have imagined a better weekend like this?
Yeah, it's incredible, especially here in Cremona. One of my worst track, do it here is something special. It means that we are a step forward than last year, so I'm really, really happy for this. Thanks to my team, thanks to all the fans, and nothing. It's incredible, and see you next year.
Enjoy celebrations. Well done again.
Ciao, grazie a tutti. Yes, of course, another 3 years at very least on the contract for this Cremona circuit, so we will be back next season. Here was the battle, and here was the moment, key moment for Toprak Razgatlioglu. Back wheel comes off the ground, comes back down, Bulega's already alongside him, and he's through for a top spot he never relinquished.
Yeah, and just from that moment, it's just too difficult to try and get the bike turn back into the corner, and Bulega then defends the position really well, holding that inside line into the final corner.
But Razgatlioglu didn't do anything desperate or daft. He comes home with second place. He only concedes 5 points. And ultimately, that was the kind of margin that Toprak himself made in Portimao. So this weekend hasn't been a disaster. The disasters really were Sunday in Phillip Island and the 2 feature-length races in Assen.
Yeah, and for Bulega, it's one of those situations where we're able to see that he's just got that consistency. And Toprak, it's one of those things where BMW are left scratching their head ever so slightly about what they need to do to try and just find that bit of improvement they need. Obviously, you think back to previous years for BMW, they're the same problems they had with that bike before they had the super concession frame.
As we see Nicolo Bulega and his celebrations at the end of race 2 here this afternoon. Really has dominated this weekend, hasn't he? And another fastest lap there, 1 minute 28.576 took the fastest lap. And the race lap record in the Superpole race earlier on today. Best lap award, of course, has had 8 stages because we only count Pirelli best lap over the feature-length races. But it's Nicolo Bulega who pulls one out over Toprak Razgatlioglu. And as I said, already managed to take the lap record earlier on this morning. So pretty much nothing left on the table this weekend by Bulega.
No, everything has come up number 11 there, and for Bulega, it just goes to show just how strong his pace is everywhere we go, and that's why he's leading the championship by 34 points.
Alvaro normally has a little chat with Will's camera on his way towards the podium, but he's talking to us today, and just passing on those wishes again as Bautista then will be up for a rostrum finish. Nicolo Bulega, Toprak Razgatlioglu and Alvaro Bautista, your top trio. Top independent was Danilo Petrucci. For Bautista, the question is, where next? How do you make up that ground? Because Razgatlioglu, we saw, had the big performance advantage over Bautista last season, and now Bulega has gone even further away from Bautista than Razgatlioglu did last year.
Yeah, and certainly for Bulega, now that we're into that middle third of the season, the next round in Masters important, Misano was critical, and that's where he'll try and make sure by the second half of the season he's given himself that buffer. And for Razgatlioglu, it's going to be a tough time these next few weeks. Obviously, we go to Most, but this is where the championship is won and lost really over these next 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah, next round is going to be absolutely critical. It's where Razgatlioglu is going to need to start pulling back some points, because at 34 down, okay, most of that is from Phillip Island first time out, and since then, Portimao and Cremona have balanced one another out. Assen, Bulega had the 2 retirements on Sunday, so that sort of balanced out the loss of points in race 1 for Toprak Razgatlioglu, but still, that big margin all lost in Phillip Island on Sunday of the Australian round first time out.
Yeah, and the double non-score on that Sunday came from a mistake from Razgatlioglu and then a technical issue as well, so it's just one of those places where Toprak just doesn't have that margin for error right now.
Alvaro Bautista then making his way up onto the podium. Rostrum finish number 116 for him. Second place for Toprak Razgatlioglu. 150 podiums by my reckoning in World SBK. And another 2 for BMW today. So still adding to his accolades. Of course, he had 3 wins in Portimao, 3 podiums this weekend, and only 1 in Australia, 1 in the Netherlands. So it's 8 podiums for 2025 for Toprak Razgatlioglu. But for Nicolo Bulega, it's career win number 13, 34th podium. And after scoring 6 wins in the whole of last season, Nicolo Bulega is already on 7 just in the first third of this campaign.
Yeah, and it goes to show just the form that he has. We've obviously seen this at different times in the past from riders that go on to win the championship. Toprak's up against it, and you can see in this race that he's riding with everything he has, pushing as hard as he can, but he also knows just how difficult it is to go out there and to beat the Ducati of Bulega. But Toprak's beaten everyone else, and that's his job.
Yes, for the moment, the maximum available to him is second place, and he's taken 3 of them this weekend just to ensure that he doesn't drift too far away from Bulega And if there is a chance for Razgatlioglu and BMW to find a step and challenge Bulega, particularly at their more favoured circuits in the coming rounds, and Razgatlioglu has got to keep himself within striking distance. Great to see a big attendance in front of the paddock show for your podium trio, Bautista, Razgatlioglu and Bulega. The team's presentation is all that remains here this afternoon, and it will be a very happy team indeed, because after the 2 mechanical failures on Sunday in Assen, such a rarity for Ducati, their man Nicolo Bulega has restored some pride on home ground for him here in Cremona with 3 wins out of 3. It's time once again to hear the Italian national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, your respect for the national anthem of both the winning rider and the winning manufacturer, the national anthem of Italy.
Well, it's time for the Prosecco, and nobody is spared, as it turns out, as Nicolo Bulega commences the celebrations. He's not got long to celebrate because we'll be back up and running quite soon, and I'm looking forward to the visit to Most, and we'll find out whether Toprak Razgatlioglu can pull something back. It's going to be vital for him to do so.
Yeah, I always look forward to Most. It's one of the rounds that's become a bit of a favourite for a lot of people in the paddock. From our first visit to the last few years, it seems that every year something new happens there, and the track make a few adjustments, and we always end up with good race in there as well. So Toprak will be at his best at that race, and he'll need to be to bring that fight to Nicolo Bulega. And you can see Gigi Dall'Igna up there on the podium as well, and the success that Ducati have across both classes in MotoGP and World Superbikes, and even when you look at Supersport in recent years, comes from the work that's been done back in Bologna by Gigi and his team.
Only a third of the way through the 2025 campaign. Plenty more still to come.
Please, we'll get the official